entire time.
Yeah, Twitch. I love
Hello,
it.
everybody. I'm the best and perfect at everything. Uh,
The mute button
welcome,
is our god.
welcome.
No.
Praise the mute button.
I was explaining why I was late, and you missed that explanation because I was muted. But I will save it for you for another time, so we don't have to go over it again. I was just saying, please, Adam, Dark Lavender Void, say a little bit about your face and your character. And there was some witty banter, and then a sick burn against AP, but we'll just skip right on over that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should skip it.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Dark Lavender Void. I'm making a game called Mortally Bankrupt that's getting pretty close to finished as soon as I do a little bit more work on the sheets, and then we will finally be able to play this game and play test it and then ruin all of my hard work, which I want so badly because that means I actually get to play the game that I just have in my head. Oh my god.
Yeah.
2018 is going to be a great year. 2017 has been a year of hard-won learning, which I like a lot because I've become almost an entirely different person inside. That's been really good, but I really want to do something with it. I'm playing a character who's a now opium addicted, troublesome kid. And do we want to go into beliefs and instincts along with the rest of this, or?
We might as well. I guess it's as good a time as any.
Okay, perfect. My first belief is I will decorate my new home and have a small gathering in honor of the Harvest Festival, because we got a Harvest Festival coming soon. And I have a new house that I inherited from AP's character. AP, love you to death. My second belief is the Harvest Festival is almost here, and I need to get in touch with the townsfolk to prove my worth and establish myself as a newly responsible member of Stockchester. My third belief is I must rebuild Ishmael's old property to accommodate my animals, because I have some sheep and some horses that I need to take care of. And I do not have a pen there yet, so I need to rebuild a little bit. My instincts are when I get mad, smoke opium. It used to be when I get mad, break things. But we learned how to be a responsible member of society through opium. My second instinct is when I make eye contact with a stranger, tell a weird story, which I'm so excited about that instinct because it used to be much more vague and now it's really good. My third instinct is never be the first to give up on a relationship. And I will not talk about my traits because they might get voted off. So I'll hold off on those for later.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's voted off. It's just...
I'll go over my beliefs real quick, and then Golden can introduce himself and take it away as the GM. So I'm playing Ashlyn. She's a happy-go-lucky farmer who used to be a very bored accountant. Her beliefs are, my harvest will help the whole town. I will spread my bounty among those I meet. My second belief is, Esteban is a good friend. I will ask him to be the best man at my wedding. And belief number 3, I need to know more about this strange curse. I will experiment with how to trigger it so I can learn to control it.
Yeah. Fantastic.
It's good shit.
All right.
So yeah, strange curses and the GM and the challenges they're in. So I'm Golden H. I play RPGs a lot. I design a lot of settings and have a pile of secrets that no one's ever allowed to see. But one day, one of them will be published. I believe that. So we're in Harvest Valley. Harvest Valley is like this amalgamation of the whole idea of Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, how it's just a laid-back world where the big challenges are feeding everybody and dealing with the weather and having relationships. We're not worried about the fact that there's a winter goddess, and that the harvest goddess has gone away, because that's totally fine. And we're not worried that there's a whale that beached on the shore, because everyone has 2 cash dice from harvesting the whale, so it just helps everybody. And we're not worried about the harvest festival coming up, because we'll totally all get dates. I mean, of course, we don't have to worry about that. But yeah. So if I start doing crazy things and my stakes get really out of control again, I want you guys to start talking about chocobos. Okay? Yeah. I will know what that means. Just start talking about chocobos. Chat. Just spam chat with chocobos and make chocobo noises. We all know what chocobos sound like, right? Work. All right. Work. All right. I'll know what that means. That means I should probably not have a meteor show up or anything like that. But especially not if the stakes are like tying your shoes. Like, I shouldn't be like, if you fail the shoe tying, then leprechauns steal all your shoes. That's bad.
No, that's
Tell me not to do that.
Okay.
Tell me there's chocobos.
All the chocobos. All of them.
All right.
Magic.
Thanks. All right. Are we good to go?
I think so.
Trait vote time?
Trait vote time.
Let's start off with a trait vote. We lost AP, but AP had some ideas. So reading the book again, I'd like to talk a little about our characters, and see what's the biggest thing we remember about our characters. The big thing I remember about Ishmael was really reclusive and
felt out of place.
Yeah, he was out of place. He didn't like to deal with his cultural differences at all. And he was really
suspicious of everybody. Yeah, he was pretty much suspicious of everybody. That's accurate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even when Ashlyn was so nice to him.
And everyone was pretty nice to him, except when they weren't.
I mean, that's fair.
And I think it's in all of our natures, when there's that one thing that's out of place, is what we focus on.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can definitely.
I do not think that it was weird or out of place for Ishmael to feel that way, but it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Ashlyn has been really energetic, always meeting people. She is I think it's very easy to get in intense situations with her, and then she starts stuttering. Feels that way, or at least
yeah,
needs more time to think about her words. She wants the words to come out right.
Well, she just wants everybody the best for everybody.
Yeah.
That's all.
Esteban, you've been a little bit, I want to say manic. I don't want to encourage you to be self-destructive. I want you to get better, man. I want you to be happy.
Yeah.
I want you to find meaningful relationships and have shoes you can actually wear.
That's asking an awful lot.
Oh, right. I still don't have shoes that I could actually wear. I just have shoes on display.
Yep. That definitely happened.
Because I know I shouldn't wear them, because I have at least that modicum of sense that I shouldn't wear the king's shoes. in the mud
Yeah, I mean,
and in the herdlands.
you don't have to be in the mud anymore. You have somewhere to live because Ishmael gave you that place. But
Hmm.
like, I think you still smell moldy. Like it just it's just in your underneath your fingernails and in your hair and
Mm-hmm.
in your clothes.
I feel like that's a thing
For sure.
Yeah,
because he was like without shelter for a really long time actually, and
yeah,
That is true.
he's not used to living out there. He just was
Mm-hmm.
and wasn't prepared for it, but had to deal with it. I feel like that's a thing that he's just
yeah.
super moldy.
Just moldy all the time. You can smell it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let's. How about you guys? Do you guys want to say anything about each other's characters?
Let's see. Um, I think that, I mean, as much as Ishmael was a recluse, he was also like a really driving force for Ashlyn. Like actually like pushing her to be more than she was. Um, and as far as Estevan, I don't know. I feel like he was just very unlucky. Like just strings and strings of bad luck all over the place. Um
Yes.
and part of it was you steering your character that way, and part of it was bad die rolls.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the impression that I felt, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Heck yeah. Yeah, I
cool.
kind of feel like Ishmael is like he kind of like he knows what people are in his mind and he pushes them to be more in line with who he thinks they are, and it's very hard to like change his opinion about things.
Mm-hmm.
I'd almost nominate him for stubborn. As for Ashlyn, I'm trying to think about this because it's a little hard to say things that haven't already been said. Um, but yeah, I feel like if you were like, if Ashlyn is given an opportunity to prove herself in a very big way, she usually will like grasp onto it really hard. And I think that's really
Mm-hmm.
a thing.
Yeah, it definitely takes opportunities when they're available.
Hmm.
If only I had a one word that would just sum that idea up.
uh Impulsive.
Impulsive. I don't quite. Well, let me read what AP Gaming Real wrote down. He was not here today, but he sent me a message saying how he would vote for people, and he
Also,
would say
go ahead and yeah.
he said that he would vote for Ashlyn to be a second pick for Chosen One. It was really like a big part of his character arc to make Ashlyn into like an adventurer and help her find her place in the community, even
Mm-hmm.
though he didn't want one for himself. And Estevan for affinity for sheep and goats. So I guess he just felt like Estevan's just more comfortable around and about sheep and goats than other people. Like if there's sheep and goats around, those are his friends.
Sheep and goats don't have baggage
Ah,
and years of old mistakes.
Interesting. So you're gonna say something?
Oh, I was gonna say I made a new page. If
Oh,
you
okay.
guys wanted to go over there,
Sure.
and we can put this all on this
You're
live
gonna have to drag
stream.
me over there because I am not a GM.
What?
You're supposed to be. Did you sign in as a not GM? Huh. Well, here you are.
Weird.
Aha.
Also, I would like you guys to have a moment to say anything about your own characters that you don't think anybody else mentioned.
Hold on. So let's see. I feel like Ashlyn is definitely can you make those a little bit smaller?
Yep.
Yeah, I made them like the titles really big, but if you can make them smaller.
Oh,
so
don't worry
that
about that. I totally intend to, but I just
Okay.
want to get them all pasted in here.
Okay, well I won't transition us over so that the audience can see
Giant
it
words.
until it looks pretty. For Ashlyn, like I feel like she really went all out. Like she didn't hold
Mhm.
back.
And it would have been really
That looks
easy to
nice.
just like set down roots.
Boop. All right, everybody, look. Now you can see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Tenacious. Ooh, that's a good one. It's a good word. I like it.
Mhm.
Quite tenacious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For Esteban, I feel like him getting into opium is a thing, but I don't think he's quite like he shouldn't have a trait that's like a opium addiction yet, because I
Oh,
feel like he's like still getting into it and using it only like situationally.
right. It's
Like
teaching them
maybe
about self-control.
like maybe next trait vote that'll be a thing, but I don't think for this one yet.
Sure. Is there anything you feel like you did play out over the course of the game so far that we didn't talk about?
Let me think. I almost feel like he doesn't. He's almost tries to be selfless in some ways, because like he doesn't like go back to his parents to ask for like a bedroom to sleep in,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like he
Yeah. You're doing that because you feel
bad
bad, not
about being a
because
yeah
you're embarrassed or not because um not because you want to necessarily make things better, but because you can't deal with things how they are. Is that fair?
yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's hurting like his circle of people more that that he wasn't reaching out for help, like because if he had just gotten somebody to help him out and put a roof over his head, he wouldn't have gotten like so like mentally like tied up and bottled up and just not really becoming himself anymore as he did.
Mm-mm. So you care more about other people than yourself.
Yeah.
I think
see
so.
That. I definitely see that.
Even to the point of hurting people I care about.
Totally.
Because that is a really real thing. Like, to not want to hurt someone so much and not want to impose on someone so much that not reaching out is actually more painful than if you just reached out because
Mhm.
they're
Yeah.
worried about you, or it gets so bad that they have to intervene and it's worse. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's real.
It's real.
Because look where we're at now. He is on like the path to an opium addiction,
Mm-hmm.
and that is all because he didn't reach out and like tried to grovel for help from people.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could have maybe reached out to Ashlyn or conceivably Autumn's family, but not really, or like just gone back to his
Maybe.
parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like maybe, but sure.
Yeah.
And he would have never gone down the path that he's going on now, but now he is.
It's too late now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So also let's talk about what traits do we no longer think we embody? I don't think Ashlyn's bored anymore.
No,
I think she was
I
bored in the
definitely
city.
do not
No.
think
No,
Ashlyn
no,
is
no.
bored anymore. I was most certainly going to nominate that. So
I don't think Estevan's a crybaby anymore. Like every time it's come up, he's been like, "No, that's not how I want to play this out."
I was actually going to vote off Cheeky
Cheeky.
because
Interesting.
there are other ones in that list that don't change, like curly hair. That's not going to change. Odd. Uh, I'd actually like to keep Crybaby because he was actually like, I brought that up several times.
Oh yeah, we brought it up for sure.
But not
Cheeky
every
I didn't
time.
bring up. Sure. Cheeky I didn't bring up at all.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, when I think of Cheeky, Cheeky's like when you make comments or when you are snide. These are things that make me think Cheeky.
yeah, but I didn't feel like Ezron was particularly cheeky.
Mhm.
Cool. All right, so let's just cross out Crybaby, remove Crybaby right now because GM suggested votes off have to be unanimous. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. And the rest of them just need to, what's the word?
Simple majority.
Simple
majority. So
2
basically,
out of 3.
if anybody agrees with you, you can remove it.
Mhm.
Well, let's not do the vote yet. I just crossing it out.
Sure.
Okay. So do we want to just have one trait added on because this was a short
I think so.
period? Yeah. Do we want to just talk about which ones we think is the most important to us out of these? Or do we want to vote somehow?
Man, it sucks that I can only get one here because I already don't have that many traits. Although I did gain 2 through play, so now I had 4 instead of 2. So I'm gonna lose one of those in a second anyway. But which of these is most important? Oh man.
Do you think you could take one of these as a condition for like?
So I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't think, like, I feel like she is both meek and tenacious, and if I don't take both of them, it won't accurately reflect her character. But I also don't feel like Takes Opportunities is really a fully fleshed out concept for a trait.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, we just need to spend some time on it if we wanted to.
But but that's also key to her characters. What I'm trying to say is that I would definitely feel like that would be the one that I would vote for, but I don't know if I'd want to vote for it in that phrasing. Like, if
Right.
that makes sense.
Eager?
Eager to please. Welcoming challenges.
What about like opportunist?
Opportunist? Sure.
I think that fits the sentiment and also
Yeah.
gives it a little bit more to play with.
Cool.
That's for Ashlyn.
Yeah. I could see giving you opportunist, and then like we can give you the rest of them as conditions for failed checks.
Interesting.
So you just need to like do things that if you fail, you have the consequence of becoming meek or the consequence of becoming tenacious.
Well, I feel like I've set myself up for some of these, so it's good. It's good.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, Adam? You good with that?
Also, I have another thing that we could bring up. If we decide as a group that it's okay that Ashlyn just gets 2 traits because it's necessary that they're paired, I'm also fine with that.
I'm fine with that too. I don't think she gets all 3 though.
No, I'm
Yeah,
good
no.
with either opportunist or meek and tenacious. I feel like either of those options would accurately represent her as a character. So
Right.
If I had my pick, I'd go for giving you meek and tenacious.
Okay. I don't know how you could become an opportunist through play. Well, I guess I have one idea. But it seems like it's harder to earn, and therefore I'm more likely to just want to give it to you.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So would you rather have meek or tenacious, Kelsa?
If I had to pick between the two, between meek or tenacious, probably tenacious.
Okay.
Between those two.
Cool. So there's going to be circumstances where if you fail to roll, it's going to make you shyer and more withdrawn. Cool. All right, let's talk about Estevan. I really like Dude. I'm sorry, but I gotta vote for that. I like the idea that you're just smelly all the time.
I do too.
I really do.
It just so perfectly. It's just because he's kind of fucked up.
Just love it smelly. It's just like you either gotta clean up your act or you gotta find somebody to like dump you into tub and scrub you for hours. Nice. All right. Well, that was much easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I think
I was
that
like,
we just all
I just
agree
want to
on
be
that one.
moldy though. Make me moldy.
Please make me moldy.
Nice.
Really
Ishmael. I think any of these are good for Ishmael. Ishmael was like very emotionally resonant character, I think.
I personally, out of all 4 of those, I think I like inspirational the best.
I do too.
Okay, yeah, let's go with that one.
I feel like that there are parts of both role model and stubborn that are covered by inspirational, and although he was reclusive, if he was solely reclusive, then we wouldn't have had all the interactions that we did. So
Exactly.
yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So the ones I put the little red squares are
Yep.
the ones we get because I'm opposite man, and red means yes.
Red means yes.
Except for when it means no.
Right. Right.
It's just. So I think we all agreed that Ashlyn's not bored anymore.
Oh yeah,
So
Yep.
yeah, take that off.
for sure.
I'm fine with Esteban not being cheeky. I don't know if I'd vote for it.
Me
Would
too.
you vote for it, Kelsa?
I would. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll vote
That's
for it.
unanimous.
that's unanimous. Well, yep. And then I said Ishmael probably would lose to mine for small details, but maybe not. I'm kind of on the edge here.
I don't really see it. I don't think I would vote for that.
Okay.
I don't particularly see it as not coming up, so I'm too iffy to.
Yeah. It's just that he was so focused on what he was doing
Mm-hmm.
that the big
Yeah.
picture was what we focused on the most.
That's true, but
Right.
I see it.
Cool. All right. Cool.
Perfect.
All right. So that's our trade vote. So let's talk about downtime. Actually, let me go cover my bird up because he's going to be loud.
Well, how about we take a quick break since we're at 6:00? We started half an hour late, but
Sure.
we'll take a brief break here and then come back and do downtime stuff. So 5
Marvelous.
minutes on the clock.
Okay.